Shall we begin? Let's begin now. Let's begin now.
This is not a drill.
Repeat, this is not a drill.
I don't care if you're stupid or if you go berserk. I don't care who's got rhythm or who just likes to twerk. I don't care if you're witty, I just care if you're a jerk. I'll imagine you've got boogers and just try to use big words. I really don't really mind. I don't care just as long as you're kind. I don't care if your crater is in Cleveland or France. I don't care if you mumble or eat chocolate-covered ants. I don't care if you eat bats. I don't care what's on YouTube. I don't care about your channel, even if it's on BitChute. Yours stings just like this one of mine. I don't care just as long as you're kind. I don't care if you're a Christian or a Muslim or Jew. I don't care if you have COVID or if your tongue is orange.
Get him some milk.
Like vaccinations, that's no skin off me. Don't ask me if I got mine, please just let me be. Your persuasions are no consequence to me. I don't care, just be kind and be sweet.
Oh.
I don't care if you're a truther, I don't care if you're just nuts. I don't care if the earth is round or shaped like a donut. You don't have to love me, you don't have to kiss my hand. If you're genuinely friendly, then you're my kind of man. It's a pleasure to be in your company, 'cause you're kind and that's good enough for me. It's a pleasure to be in your company, 'cause you're kind, and that's good enough for me.
Now broadcasting from a super secret command center hidden away in the spare bedroom of a small apartment in Highland Park, New York. You've once again made contact with your leader, Commander Lou Fiore.
I hate technical difficulties. Having technical difficulties getting Dan Falkenbach queued up on Skype. That's what we use here at Career Earth USA. Welcome to the Commander Lou Show. I am Commander Lou, yours truly in the flesh. Had a great Zoom meeting yesterday. after the live stream. Had a few people show up and chilling. I stopped in for a few minutes, for about an hour after the live stream, and then I went back and I checked in on. I was there. Patrick Hilliard was there, new friend of the channel, very present in the chat. One of our members. He was there. Lovely guy. Just the sweetest guy you'd ever want to meet. I wouldn't want to be on his bad side, I guess. But anyway, so I checked in on him just to thank him for coming to the Zoom meeting about 4 hours later, and they were still going. They were zooming. Becky Broom, I would say the illuminous Becky Broom is the host of the Zoom meeting. But she's not here today. She's working. She's listening, hopefully listening from work, but I don't think we're going to have a Zoom meeting after this stream today. Not every day, but sometimes. Definitely Friday night. Tomorrow, State of the Crater with Coach Eric from the Ancient of Days. It's going to be here, and we'll do our Friday night thing. Always fun. Followed immediately by a Zoom meeting. Say hello to Portal.
Oi, oi.
What's up, Portal? Jenna, Lovecraft Reeves. Hello, baby. Were your ears ringing last night? We were talking about whose head we would like to spend 10 minutes in, and I chose yours. Still waiting for Dan Falkenbach to try again on Skype. He was able to connect, but there was no sound. I couldn't hear him talking. A very interesting young fellow, Dan Falkenbach. Very interesting young fellow. I'm going to share all his links with you. He's got he's got a huge presence on social media, YouTube. He's rubbing shoulders, mixing it up with some celebrities there in the flat Earth community. He says he's the second ever flat Earth comedian. What's up, JT? Good to see you. Zoom and Discord calls are great. Yeah, thanks. We come from the land of ice and snow. I got a fancy screen set up. Thanks for the advice.
Oi, oi.
What's up, TG? Not a robot.
Warning! Alien approaching!
I think I said hello to Higgy.
Nanu.
Dr. Oki.
The doctor
Lieutenant Oki.
is
Thanks for being
in.
here. Yeah, so we're just waiting for him to come here, but he's the only person I know. It's nice to meet somebody that's actually participating in one of these incredible... stop it, JT. Stop busting Dan's ass. JT in the chat. I thought comedians are supposed to be funny. Well, you can call yourself a comedian. Yeah, he's a decent guy, whatever. There's someone else, by the way, not a big fan. Dan's not a big fan of Tim Osmond, and JT always was, always will be, probably. There's another guy out there, Vuck Sucks. He's got a Twitter. He's going off on Tim all of a sudden. He doesn't have any reach. I don't know. He hasn't been around in a while, but going off on Tim Osmond. I stay out of the fray. First time I had Dan Falkenbach on, it was to talk about how the flat Earth community just can't seem to get along. They just can't seem to get along. I don't understand. Tim Osmond's Tim Osmond. Who's caring? He's Jacob. I think his name's Jacob. Not Jacob Osmond. Tim Osmond. Pseudonym. I don't know. I don't really care. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't affect me. I'm just a chubby guy doing live streams, making videos and content here. It's my model railroad. It's my hobby. It's this thing that we have is, who the hell knows what we are? I'm suggesting we're some kind of a remnant. I don't know if Dan is breaking shit over there. I don't know if he's watching, breaking shit over there, but it's all ready to go. Got all the links up. Got the NDI source set. See. Let me explain to. We come from the land of ice and snow. Why I use Skype NDI. It's just easier because I've got a very busy. I didn't go to school for this. So when I first started researching how to stream and to have guests on, I chose Skype with NDI. There's Dan checking in before without audio. But I don't know why he's not trying again. He said he was going to go get his headphones, and then he never came back. Who knows? He's in New Mexico in one of those Earth shelters, Earthships, You know, he could have tripped on something and maybe he's out cold somewhere. Let's say it's a good topic anyway, whether we get Dan to call in or not. But I like Skype because this is what I can do. And then, you know, he was going to give us a tour of the Earthship that he's at. And, you know, I had this set up ready to go. Yes, can't win. What is an Earthship? Well, I'm glad you asked. This is an Earthship. An Earthship is a style of architecture developed in the late 20th century by architect Michael Reynolds. They're designed to behave as passive solar earth shelters made of both natural and upcycled materials such as earth-packed tires. Earthships may feature a variety of amenities and aesthetics and are designed to withstand the extreme temperatures of a desert, managing to stay close to 70 degrees Fahrenheit regardless of outside weather conditions. They were originally built in the desert of northern New Mexico, but guess what? They're popping up here and there. Now, I don't know if this is, I mean, apparently it wasn't designed for off-the-grid living. So I'm not so sure you can say this is a prepper or a survivalist or, you know, that kind of thing. Or a homestead. Yeah, it was made by hippies. Yeah, it was for the hippies. The Earthship is flat. Okay. But this one here, it was Dan sent me some links. So this is Fox News, and it's a little concerning that it made it to the mainstream. And once it makes it to the mainstream, you know, everybody's going to want to do this. And apparently, I guess, you know, they're eco-friendly and they're, you know, climate conscious. It's about, you know, and they're doing all the recycling, you know, save the planet stuff. So I'm not, you know, I mean, it's a great adventure when you see what Dan does out there. And he's got some videos up, reels up on Instagram. I'll show you some of that. If we, bro, I'm going to make my house from old tires too. Yeah, well, here, listen to what Shepard Smith says about it.
People in one small community in New Mexico have no worries at all. They don't do power outages, and they don't have empty shelves in their grocery stores. Not for them. The catch? They live in trash. Houses made of actual garbage, and all things recycled. They're completely off the grid, completely self-sufficient. They're called Earthships, and the market for them is soaring. Here's CNBC's Diana Olick.
Mike Reynolds started building Earthships in Taos, New Mexico more than half a century ago.
Okay, George, more dirt.
Looks like Mike is slowing down a little there.
Trying to make buildings that don't need utilities.
Now this self-proclaimed idiot is looking pretty smart.
COVID and climate change are causing a current spike.
Earthships are made out of recycled materials, tires, cans, bottles, trash. And they are totally off the grid, generating their own electricity, water, food, sewage, and garbage treatment. Things that would have saved lives last year when the Texas grid failed following an ice storm.
I'm walking down my hallway barefoot, picking bananas and spinach, and I'm seeing on TV mothers taking their kids out to their cars to turn the heater on.
Here, this will be the master bath.
Andrew Bratz first drove through the 630-acre Earthship community in 2015, and with Mike's help on the design, his house is almost complete.
We still have a lot of issues to go through politically and whatnot. This is going to be my raft.
There are now Earthships in nearly every state, ranging from about $200 to $400 a square foot to build. They can also be climate resilient.
We're taking a beefed up design that's tornado resistant to Kentucky.
Climate resilience and sustainability were high on Jessica and
You're out
Brian
of control,
Johnson's
Hayden.
list when they bought their Earthship in Taos 3 years ago.
It's the antithesis of every ticky-tacky box that's plugged into the grid and feeding utility companies.
They also saw potential beyond the garbage.
We turned it into an upscale, modern luxury Earthship.
They added a dishwasher
An upscale modern luxury Earthship.
And a panoramic sauna. Both run off rainwater, which they also use to drink and bathe, as well as water their garden and flush their toilets. As much as they say the house protects and nurtures them, they also see a potential pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. So they may sell, asking just under $1 million.
See, that's where it kind of gets weird. Now, you got this Earthship idea. This guy decides to start building. Well, here, let's let me just look for. This is one guy. This is New York, New Mexico. Let's listen to this. This is the guy. I think this is where Dan is, where he stays when he does the Earthship thing. Airships are cooler.
The Earthship concept is all about taking care of human beings without pulling from anything outside of the house itself. You're living totally off the electrical grid, creating your own power. We will use any piece of garbage in our construction process. When we go to the dump, it's like going to the hardware store.
My landlord is from the bush in Guyana. And my yard looks like this, but I do not live in an Earthship.
Yeah, we see just piles of building material. We use in every house at least 1,000 automobile tires. Cut metal off of washing machines and dryers and refrigerators, and look out, don't park too close to the job site because we might cut metal off your car. Earthships absolutely grew out of this specific place, New Mexico. The word Earthship, like a ship on the sea, like a totally autonomous vessel, and we're just a vessel on the planet.
I need to do this.
You get the other controller? This one?
For Dad.
Oh, for Dad. Okay, I'm gonna turn it on. Dad doesn't kind of work this.
Moved here in '92 after graduating from architecture school. I stayed in town for a winter.
Fell madly in love. And we just told our parents we're gonna dig a hole and move into it.
The Greater World Community had just started. I went to the county, paid $100 for a permit, and then we started building. And I mean, it was a life changer. I didn't know the power that the house would have to improve my life and my family's life until it was done.
It's been an exceptional way to live. It's given us the freedoms that a lot of people lack.
I was like 29 with no mortgage and no utility bills and a nice house. I was ready to go around the world and get other people into Earthships. I mean, we educate hundreds of students every year.
See, that's where I get a little, I mean, what's the accomplishment here? They're expensive. Holy shit. Millions of dollars. Students coming in. I mean, I'm not sure what the goal is or how this is going to be controlled. But I have a feeling that, I mean, I had a lot of questions for Dan. If he does end up showing up here, let's see how we're doing here. Hey, man. Live now. Still okay to call in. Introducing the Earthship thing while I wait for you. There's some expensive used tires, I know. Got an Earthship, Okie? Put Dan back over here for now. So this is the one in New Mexico. They got one here in, oh no, I don't want to this was for Becky. I'll show you that later. Becky, I had a special beaver video I found for you. Got a beaver video for Becky. You love beavers too, Marcel? Who doesn't? They're getting back to this here. They use thermal and or solar heating and cooling, solar and wind energy, Garbage management, they reuse and recycle. They build it into construction and daily living. Sewage, self-contained sewage treatment and water recycling. Building for the shelters, natural and recycled materials. They harvest water and they store it themselves. You have in-home organic food production capability. I know a church off the grid, the Fisherman Ministry in Texas. They don't have an Earthship. They use RVs. Fisher. I almost went to this place. And if anybody ever had to get off the grid and they could make it over to El Paso area. This is the Fisherman Ministry. This is when I was going to go to Texas with Christine. And we got as far from North Carolina to Alabama with all of our belongings strapped to our minivan. We had all of our belongings strapped to a minivan. You think I'm kidding? I have photo evidence. See if I can find it here. Not sure where I put it, but let's see. Photo evidence. Skype, no. Canva. Downloads, I think it's here. Yeah, here we go. This was our vehicle. We just had a bunch of stuff strapped. Everything we owned. We had a lovely house in North Carolina. You can see how big the garage was. Huge 2-car garage. Nice nice setup there. But we took this car and we left to go live in the Fisherman Ministry. We were going to live in an RV, and then I was going to be mentored and then become a pastor for their organization. And it doesn't look like they have too much. This is Steve Atherton and Richard Usler. I forget how to say his name. But let's see if I can find their... It's Fabers, Texas. This is here. Ministries. Oh, they don't... They used to have a link to this. To their off-the-grid place there in Fabers. Fabens, Texas. If you look at this place, Fabens, Texas, and they're up here and here somewhere. Right off the outside of El Paso. There's a steakhouse over here. I think if I see the steakhouse, then I can show you where they were. Is that Sparks? You know, too close to... It's right off of Route 10, somewhere in here. And they have a whole a bunch of acres. They have actually electricity, which they trade. Wait, let's see. Oh no, it's still Dan. But they trade the electricity with the state for access because the land had some power lines going through, so they just hijacked them. They have a nice little church out there and things like that. I wonder why they don't have a link to it. It used to have if you had to escape and get off the grid, they used to let you camp out there for free if you wanted to. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Yeah, that's pretty much what it looks like there. Let's see. How long ago was this? I got to check them out. 22. Boy, I don't know what's going on there. I might have to reach out and call them and see what's going on. They may have left the grid. That's not good. If I could see some of the... That's when they went in the tents. And a nice little white church there. No. Oh, here we go. Yeah, this is it. It's pretty, right? So I stayed there for a week. They had wolves, actually. Wolves tied up. A lot of wildlife. They found her. He passed away in the last 4 or 5 years. Yeah, you got like... See, to me, this is off-the-grid living. This is off-the-grid living, Little shacks they made over there in the desert. It's at least a 20-minute ride just to get back to Route 10. Dirt roads. But they have, they managed, I think they had a burn pit. So, yeah, the water supply was all from a well and stuff. They did a good job. Yeah, there you go. But definitely amazing. Just absolutely. It doesn't look as, seeing these pictures doesn't give it justice. Absolutely beautiful. And you see where Dan, this is Dan's Instagram. So, but in these places here, it's kind of similar. This is the one in New Mexico where he's staying. Pretty sure. And he goes back and forth from Mexico and Buffalo. His hometown's Buffalo, New York. And he heads... That's very nice, JT. But he travels back and forth. And he shares stuff, Dan, on Instagram. I'm going to share his link tree. He's on Telegram, and he's got a YouTube channel. He's got Patreon, members only, Discord, different Discord, Telegram, Flat Earthship Crew Telegram group. I could not log into it. Look, I wanted to join it. Can't even click the link. Link was dead. TikTok, Instagram, syncretism. I mean, Dan is just a lovely guy. He's a hippie. Not one kind of guy like us, where we've got this spiritual existence. We acknowledge a creator or a source, and do not just reject the whole idea of the Christ and the Messiah, but reject the mainstream narratives. That's why I like the guy. He's a young kid, I like him. I don't know, I have a feeling that a lot of people that find this channel and stay, the younger guys, ladies and gentlemen, that you're being is a call to discipleship here. Not me, disciple of the Christ Spirit, or whatever's left of it here. That's it. You're what's left of that. You know what I mean? You're what's left of that. So if you're being called to disciple, you got to be ready. Because believe me, there's people. All right, so let's say you got this Earthship over there in New Mexico, and you got 50 people there. 30 students, a couple of residents, staff, and things like that. I don't know. I really don't know. I was going to ask Dan all these questions. But in that Earth group, there could be someone who's just not fit. They're asking the wrong questions. And they're starting to get oddball looks. So a mainstream church, a temple, a mosque, a Boker up precision. He's a Muslim guy. Yeah, Muslim guy, regular guy, just a Muslim guy. Likes to chat it up with the Gentiles and the Jews and stuff. But you don't know if in these places, in these facilities, in these groups, there's someone out there. We talked a little bit about this at the Zoom meeting yesterday. If there are people out there start asking questions, because and it could all begin, mostly it does, with the fake moon landing, flat Earth, and who knows, very soon we may get a big reveal about that. I don't know. I mean, all the government has to do is say, well, yeah, we lied, and this is why, and I don't think they would have any crazy repercussions like they would anticipate, which would be the reason the cause for all this secrecy. But if it all came out that we live on a flat plane and space is fake, and they manipulated the public to believe that we took a trip to the moon to, for patriotic reasons, right? Want to beat Russia up to whatever. They were trying to sell us. But I mean, if they had to admit it, now would be the time, right? Because who's going to do, no one's going to do anything about it. Friggin' people will be like, be on TikTok. NASA admits fake moon landing. Next. Fluffy cake hip hop, fluffy cake hip hop artist mozzarella stick recipe. Funny dad dancing. This is what my wife does at work. This is what I do. I thought it was pretty funny during the pandemic, TikTok, with the videos of what I do while my wife is working. People were in the lockdown. Christine, I tried to get Christine to learn one of those dances. I don't know, when you clap your hand and hit the one and you kick your feet up and do that kind of stuff. Those stupid TikTok dances. TikTok lockdown dances. I'm sure you guys have seen these. This one? Yeah, that kind of thing. They were pretty cool. I mean, some of them were cool. Oh, God, I could get lost on TikTok. But Senator Marjorie Greene is, I think it's recent, but she's going after TikTok. I guess there's some kind of a hearing going on about TikTok. But yeah, so these off the grid, built out of garbage. It was covered by, when was this article on this here? It was 11 months ago. So this is very recent. Yeah, I guess that's like the living quarters, I mean, look at that. Just look at the construction. It's pretty cool. With bookshelves. But apparently, I didn't think they had as much technology in these places as it seems. I mean, it could be the internet, the signal that's causing Dan to have grief over there. Couldn't get on the show today. But that's not going to stop me from talking. I'm going to act as if he's here. Maybe I'll just put the screen up and ask him, all right, let me interview Dan with the guest screen after he froze. So, Dan. So what do you think? I had questions. So what do you think about this androgyne agenda, Dan? I know, right? It's crazy. It's taking over the world. Do you think it's Luciferian? Oh, it's absolutely Luciferian. I was nervous about this interview to begin with. It's like, trying to get people to come here and do this Skype thing and set it up early. It's impossible. It's impossible. So, Dan, how do you survive out there in the cold? Is there cost? Do they charge you anything for being? These are the questions I have for you, Dan. These are very important questions. You think it's very important that we understand what this is, because you never know if we had to run. I mean, so we end up in one of these Earthships, Dan. We end up in one of these Earthships, and do we have to worry about being, be taken to get the intervention? Are they gonna stick us? It's really up to the end of. I'm trying to make it look like you can't see me. It's really up to the end of it. Oh, here he is. Yo. I'm just gonna tell him I'm interviewing him now. Interviewing you ODYSEE. Dan, you there? Are you serious? We still have no audio? Okay, I'll give you 1 minute. I don't understand why I can't hear you. Portal calls in and I hear him. Eric calls in, I hear him. So I can't, nothing's different. I know. Okay, I see you. Give me the finger up. There's Dan. Hey, Oots. Yeah, Ooten called in. What's up, Ooten? Well, Dan starts working on his... Dan, just nod or shake your head.
Is it working?
I think so.
You can hear me?
I can hear you.
You can hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah!
I already did the interview.
Oh, you already interviewed me?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Well, we started it. There still had some questions.
Did you play any of those videos I sent you?
Yeah, I played the CBS video, the Fox video. I read the Wikipedia page.
Oh, look at you, Luke.
Yeah,
on top of shit.
Yeah, I did. I showed all your pictures. I was showing your pictures from Instagram over there, and I had the what's his name? I played just so you know, so we catch up because we're at the question and answer stage of the interview. We did the New Mexico.
Let me go to
guy.
YouTube real quick.
The true stories.
I'm gonna find you on YouTube. Here you go.
Yeah,
I
we'll
see
watch
it.
the chat.
And now I'm gonna share it real quick. We should have already done this. Sorry, dude. I thought it was at 12:30.
Oh, you thought?
Sorry, dude. I thought it was.
Wait, 12:30 my time.
Oh, yeah, my bad. It's 11:30 here.
Oh, jeez. So this was a time thing?
Yeah.
Oh, so you didn't know I was sitting here waiting for you 1 o'clock New York time?
No, I actually was just about to make some food for myself.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Nah, that's all right.
Well, everybody say hello to Dan Falkenbach.
Hey, what's up?
I got to play your soundbite here. I got a little applause. I got a little clips.
Oh, I know you do.
Yeah, all right.
All right, cool. There it is. Whee!
Can you see
thanks
chat?
for having me on. Second time together here. Reunited and it feels so good.
Don't make me. I could sing that. Am I supposed to? No, I'm not. Not that I can't sing. So we covered what you were doing. Right now you are in New Mexico, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but you don't live there year round, right? Or you do?
No.
Okay, can you explain it? Like what it is? Do you mind? Because I already did the.
Well, if you already did it, then it's well, there's a bunch of different community here. It's not just one Earthship community. There's like different communities that live separate from one another, but it's still a part. It's the most. I think there's close to 500 Earthships in this area.
Whoa.
Which is a lot. But yeah, you know how it goes. It's they generate their own power, collect their own rainwater, collect their own wind turbines, solar panels, and then they use recycled materials to build the architecture itself. Tires, garbage, cans, bottles.
Yeah, it was
the bottles. So they can let in the natural sunlight. Each one heats and cools itself. So you're just trying to get yourself off the grid, off the government's teat. Well,
that's one of the questions. Does it really? Is this because I was showing well, it's, for lack of a better word, it's a church. It's a fellowship of Christian believers out in Fabers, Texas, that live about 20 minutes off of Route 10 near El Paso in the desert on a piece of land, and they're off the grid. They share the electricity because Texas had they just had power lines going through part of their land. So they're like, okay, we can sue you to get them off our land, but if you want to stay, we're going to share you. So they have electricity, but everything else you described is pretty much what they do. But they really don't have any link to like universities. They're not trying to save the environment. I think that's what I see the difference when you talk about off the grid living, survivalist versus Earthship. I mean, is there something to it that it's trying to create a model that? I mean, what's the point?
what's the point?
I know it's not. It's a stupid question, but I think there is one. Yes, obviously, I'm very attracted to it.
In the long, freedom, personal freedom. In the long run, it saves you a lot of money.
That's okay.
Because you're getting off the government's bills. The only thing you have to pay is your utilities, and that's not too bad. And it's I don't know, to me, it's worth it. It's just a different way of life. It's a different lifestyle. And there's a shit ton of Earthships going on in Texas, by the way.
Oh,
Texas is huge. There's a lot of Earthship-inspired communities there, they call it, where it's like hybrid architecture, engineering.
Okay.
Where they take basically the Earthship model, the Earthship principles. And you read the Earthship principles on the Wiki page, right?
The principles that would be was it the energy garbage management? There's principles? Do you know them, or should I look them up here? I'm just looking for them.
Yeah, I don't know them by heart, but I'm looking them up real quick. Earthship Wiki.
I'm throwing up a map of the ones.
I feel like an idiot not being on a show that. Yeah, here it is. So Earthships are predicated upon the idea that there are 6 human needs which can be addressed through environmentally sustainable building design. Number 1, energy, thermal and or solar heating and cooling, solar and wind electricity, garbage management, reuse and recycling built into construction and daily living, sewage treatment, self-contained sewage treatment and water recycling, shelter, building with natural and recycled materials, clean water, water harvesting and long-term storage, and food, in-home organic food production capability. So
yeah, that's we did. Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah, we did. So that's all great. And but you said it was inexpensive. Like you don't have to pay rent there, or like does someone own it? When you say a community, like describe the one you're in. Like what's right there with you? Yeah.
Here, I'll unplug my stuff here.
Oh, we're gonna get a tour? Okay, I set up a screen for that. I set up a screen for the tour.
Here.
Okay.
Does this? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. We see you. It looks great. Oh, we just lost we just lost audio that just then. Everything was going so well. Actually, this is all right. So this is my I'll just do your voice, Dan. So this is the break room. This is where we take a break after a long day. And behind me you can see a beautiful view of the desert.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now we can hear you. Okay, good.
Okay. All right. So yeah, of course I pay rent, dude. I mean, it's cheap. That's why I'm here.
Oh, okay. So you do. Who do you pay rent to? Like someone owns that and he's a landlord?
Yeah, the housing administrator.
Okay.
Here, so let me turn you up here. Hold on. Okay. Do you hear my boy downstairs barking?
Yeah, I hear your puppy. Can't wait to meet him.
All right, so I'm gonna go outside real quick. So here's where I am. You see all that?
Oh wow, that's really cool. Okay.
There's my my green. So then you step outside here. Oh,
nice day. Look at that.
There's a snow-tipped mountains back there.
Yeah. Looks good.
Here's the whoa. So here.
It's not a great internet connection over there, is it? No, we lost him. We lost Dan, but he'll be back. I wonder if he stayed in that room where that he showed us where his bunk is. I wonder if that's I wonder if he shares the room with other people though. It's weird that they charge money and he pays rent. I think housing him in meaning like an HOA. I think they have some kind of an HOA. But I don't think the internet connection is that great over there. I think that's the difficulty. All right, he just hung up. He'll probably call back in. He's a nice guy, though. JT, he bugs you, though. JT gets all irritated. I don't know how cool I would be with, with the community living. Hey,
yeah.
What's up, my brother? You're back.
All right, sorry about that.
That's okay.
Lost connection.
That's okay. Don't move around too much. We don't want to lose you again. But let me just get you into the screen here again. All right. Oh, wow. Look at that. There's the puppy. Oh, there's a full kitchen in there. Look at this.
Hey.
That's brand new, right? How old's that baby?
Yeah, he's like barely 7 weeks.
Oh, wow. You got a couple of pups over there. So this one,
that's my buddy's dog.
Is this a rescue?
Yeah.
You pulled him out of a burning fire?
But, yeah, so I lost connection, but...
I see we're in the kitchen now.
Yeah, so kitchen's right there.
Now, did you, let me reset this here. 1 second. Oh, I had the wrong thing.
I'm in the greenhouse.
I don't know if I could see. Let me just, I think I got you way too big here. Once it disconnected, all the NDI reset, so I have to do some housekeeping here. Let me fit you the screen. Okay, there we go.
Oh, yeah. So, like I was saying, of course I pay rent. I pay rent to the housing administrators, the housing administrator who is in charge of this property.
Okay, so
and it's cheap, so that's why I keep coming back. And
okay.
It's also I got offered a job to be a den dad, a castle guardian.
Wow.
I'd have to move into a different Earthship, but the rent is even cheaper. And I'll get paid part-time I'll get paid for doing part-time 20 to 30 hours of work a week, which is perfect.
And what exactly would you be doing? As part of the upkeep, the general upkeep?
Yeah, maintenance, manual labor.
So if someone wanted to come to one of these things, I mean, do they have to have skills? Is that...
No, that's the beauty of it. You don't need any skills to do this. You can start totally skillless, basically kind of like how I did, and then learn how to do everything. Learn how to use the tools, and then you find your niche, what you're good at. What do you like to? Hey, little guy's whining. He's getting hungry here. It's almost his lunchtime. You find out what you're good at. Do you like to build can walls? Do you like to build bottle walls? Do you like to work with concrete? Do you like to work with plaster, adobe? Do you want to use rebar? Do you want to work with metals? Do you want to just help out other people? Do you want to mix? Do you want to be an electrician? Do you want to be a plumber? So then you'd work, if you want to do that, then you'd work with the electrician. You'd work with the plumber. It's all about, people come here and they're confused about what's going on and where they can help. And it just depends on each person individually. Me, I like to learn a bit of everything. So I'm like Mercury. I'm flowing. I'm going through and just trying to talk with everyone and learn a bit from everyone, because everyone here has something unique to bring to the table. So you're
in a community, and but you're in your own Earthship as part of the community, or is each one of those structures its own community?
Well, here, Jake.
Someone wants to see the toilets.
Okay, here, I'll go to the bathroom.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'll go to the bathroom. I'm not gonna go to the bathroom live, but I'll show you the bathroom.
Well, we were grateful for the invite.
So what is this? This is the castle, and this area is called like the Greater World.
Oh no, this is just an old compound. It used to be Mike's architect's
Oh.
office back in the 80s.
Yeah, this used to be actually the main office for Michael Reynolds, the discoverer, So he used to use this place. We're actually right up there. That's where that's the second floor.
Oh, jeez.
That's my closet.
The turbine is technically the very first quote-unquote Earthship.
Oh, okay. So there was a giant turbine, which I would like to show you, but I'm not going to be able to. But so besides the Greater World community, what other you got the Star? Is it?
Yeah, there's Star out behind Three Peaks, and then there's Reach up on the mountain.
Okay, so there's a community called Reach in the mountains, which you're generally not allowed to build there anymore, right? Yeah.
Same thing with Star.
And so that's it's like you can build in these places, and they're still being built, Earthships, but you're really not allowed to permit wise.
It's still you're still under the thumb of local governments, right? Based on codes and things like that. You still have to build to code, right?
Yeah, that's why you got to befriend the code the zoners, the coders, and
you can't grease them though. That doesn't work anymore.
The zoning permits, right?
Yeah.
That's why you have to befriend them, so then they can just sign off and say, "Yep, you can build here. You can do this."
Yeah, that's gotta be tough. Do you have to pay them off, or do you just that doesn't really exist anymore? Nobody's taking bribes. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, you do have to pay the zoners, right?
Troll toll.
Yeah, you got to pay the troll toll to get into this.
So what the question I had though, if you don't mind, you're living in that place. Your bunk looked like it was in the same room as other bunks, so it's not. Is it in private living?
Right now it is. I got my friend here. We're playing basketball together. So, and I also have my friend flying in from Buffalo, New York, in about a week, and he's gonna be here for till the 23rd, till the 27th. So I just got to tell the housing administrator that I'm having my friend come in, and she's cool with it.
And you just hang out in that room. But where you are now, you guys share the facility that you're in. That's what I'm asking. The facility that you're in right now, like if I wanted to come and live there, would I be able to rent my own igloo?
Yeah, there's a room right here. There's a room right there. And yeah, actually I get lucky because I guess I know this place quite well, and not many people want to be here in the wintertime. So I don't care. I'm from Buffalo, New York. Our winter's fucking 5 feet of snow and people are dying freezing before I left Buffalo. So being here with a centimeter of snow is absolutely nothing to me. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't either.
But like I said, yeah, you are correct. There could be people living in that room and the third floor, and I would just have to, we would be living together.
When I left my first wife, I lived in a bedroom in a house with 6 other men. We shared a kitchen, and we had shared living room. No one. Mostly we just stayed in our rooms. But it looks like you're walking around. You got a guy eating at the kitchen table. I mean, it's not a bad thing. Community living isn't terrible. I've experienced that a couple of times.
This first floor right here is the community. What's it called? Communal space. Communal space.
Communal space. Okay, fair enough.
And so the staff that work here for Earthship Biotexture, they can come here and do maintenance on the place. So there's not going to be just random strangers coming through here. I know the maintenance guy, Marcus. Matter of fact, we got in a pretty heated 4-hour flat Earth debate last week.
Oh, that must have been fun.
It was fun until he started getting his imagination and his fantasy beliefs destroyed. But
he destroyed his world.
But yeah, so this is the communal center, community space, and you can refill your water with the well water, and go take a shit if you. Oh yeah, speaking of,
Yeah,
I'll
show
go
us the
show you.
bathroom. Someone,
Yeah,
I'm just going to read a comment. Anita Evangel, she says, "This is my dream. In 1979, I did Adobe work in Taos, Taos, but my heart wasn't ready to stay. Now I'm back from abroad, ready to bring my pack and dog." She's coming. Looks like Anita Evangel.
I didn't know that I'd be having this that boy down there. And so there's the fireplace, and then there's the Vegas, and then here's the spiral staircase that I'm about to go up.
Oh, cool.
So here we go. Here's the
like a horror movie
little window. I can stare out the window. So
always fun.
Let me go up the staircase here. Now I'm on the second floor. So here's the second floor here. Now we get to look back down on where we just were.
Oh wow. Okay.
And this is the room.
Porter wants to know if that's a lookout tower with a gun turret.
I could if I had it. I don't have a gun with me, but I do want. I did want to buy a sword.
Ah, are you allowed to have weapons? We're losing you.
Oh, of course. Last year I brought a machete.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, here's the bathroom.
All right, so it's a regular toilet, so everything's pretty much the same. It's not like you got to poop in an outhouse.
No, yeah. Here's
and that's all. Like what is that? Bottle caps on the floor. The JT, you remember JT? And the bottle caps on the floor are just real tight. I guess it's all recycled, right? Whatever someone throws away.
It's just ceramic. It seems like.
Yeah. It's not like you went to Home Depot. The whole point is that would have been from maybe someone who renovated their house and donated their their used tiles.
So here let me turn it on.
Hey, oh, what a pressure! It doesn't seem terrible, man. I've lived in worse places.
You say you've been to worse places?
Yeah, I've lived in worse places. Yeah. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, it's 3 stories, man.
Yeah.
And then I go up to the floor where I'm staying at. And
I really appreciate you giving us the tour here. Oh, look how nice.
I forgot that I left the door open.
The bugs, no. Well, you're pretty high up there. Oh, you got your own fireplace in there? Jeez, look at that.
Yeah. It really comes in handy.
You know, when will anyone under 30 years old make their bed before they leave the house? I just don't. Will that ever happen? We got someone once, Anita Evangel. She really is interested in the chat. You're going to give us ways like what is the process? Like to get a room like you're showing us. I mean, that's really cool, man. Wow.
Here's my little, that's the view.
And what if you smoke cigarettes or weed or, do drugs?
I mean, I tend to smoke near the fireplace.
But can you smoke tobacco in house or?
Yeah, you can smoke whatever you want, but it's not, you really, I don't know, really, probably not really supposed to.
Well, you want to be courteous to other people that don't smoke, but I mean, you could sit out there and smoke. It's not a big deal. And it's going to be looking at you like, we're a bunch of hippies here. We don't smoke or whatever. But you're not really hippies. And what would you call this? Because in the mainstream, alternative. Go ahead, you answer because
alternative living. I don't know.
Because they did mention the H word in some of the articles they showed us in this.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, it's, hippies or one of the guys. I think it was one of the founders, some old guy working on one of the videos, in one of these places. Yeah. Did you actually find one of these in Long Island? Did you? Is that one of the links you sent me?
I think from like 2009 or something.
Oh, okay, I'd have to look and see. But I know we have some people that we have communities living here. Faith-based communities living kind of off the grid on Long Island, which just means you all live in the house and you don't tell anybody what's going on inside, but you're still in the middle of a neighborhood, that kind of thing. This is specifically, but you have to be able to have a huge piece of land or a piece of land out in the woods. I mean, out in the middle of nowhere. But really, you could pick up a piece of property for under 10 grand in some remote locations in just about any state, right? I mean,
yeah. Well, that's the thing. You need land. You need money, and you need resources. Now here's the thing, to address what you said earlier. There's an Earthship that my friend told me about that was $30 million. It cost $10 million just to blow up the side of the cliff and lay the foundation out for it. Now that's insanity. No, realistically, that's almost impossible to achieve. So what she's going to do is she's writing a book about how to make an Earthship for $6,000 with 3 or 4 friends.
Say that again, that last thing?
She's writing a book on how to build an Earthship for $6,000 with 3 to 4 friends.
Okay, see that's attractive to me. Because that's startup money. Because when one of the other ones we in one of the interviews that we were playing, or CBS, the MSM, they were interviewing someone, and this guy's gonna flip it. He's gonna flip the Earthship. He's talking about he's gonna flip it for like $3 million or something like that.
I know. I probably know that guy. He's his name's Ron. He builds. The last thing I worked with him was an Earthship Airbnb, and he ended up selling it for, well, he gets the client. The client gives you however much money they give you for the requirements of what they want you to build. He builds it all for them, and then they live in it, or he builds the Airbnb, then sells it for. Was it close to $300,000?
Whoa!
So flipping Earthships.
Yeah, flipping Earthships. Now, how does that make you feel? Because you're a grounded guy. I mean, you're earthy. You're holistic. This is my perception of you.
I am a Virgo, which is the Earth symbol.
I'm a Virgo too. Yeah. So, but now
look at us.
I know, but doesn't it kind of upsets me a little bit to hear that it even acknowledges the possibility that these things could be flipped to be used for Airbnbs. I think it kind of dilutes the principle. Not that every one of them has to be like that, but would you, like in that community there, would you guys, someone that's like remote, living off the grid and just doing it on their own, that's not worried about renting rooms out, not worried about, just worrying about existing and being human in a free, as free as you can be in this country, and you look at someone like that and say, he's ruining it for everybody. Is that like the mentality? Someone like that ruining?
No. Matter of fact, it's like these people they've worked with Mike Reynolds and the Earthship Biotexture. They went through the academy like I did, and they went through, they got their field study. They did all the requirements. They took all their knowledge and skills, and then they basically became their own contractors, separate from the Earthship.
You have to attend a program before you're accepted into so you can't just go rent it there unless you're doing an Airbnb. But if you could, but I guess it's a lot easier when you take the steps like I did. It always is.
It's called the Earthship Academy.
Okay, cool.
And it's a 4-week program where you learn the basics of everything, and then you graduate based on a test at the end. I've seen people quit after a week, and I've also seen people fail the test.
That must be grueling. It must be grueling. I mean, obviously, you're going to make something out of practically nothing, right?
I mean, it wasn't hard for me.
Oh well,
I just
you're resourceful.
I don't care about the heat. I don't care about the sun. I like the heat and the sun. I like working. I like being a human horse. I like being of service. I like trying to figure out how to get off the government's teat. I like learning different self-sustainable lifestyles. And it's not just one way. There's Earthships, there's dome houses, there's new hybrid ways to build. There's aircrete, there's hempcrete. There's all these different ways of building now. The people in the chat room just said, where is it? They're building a straw bale house. So you can make an Earthship hybrid with the straw bales. You just have a shit ton of straw bales, and then you can just Adobe right over that.
That's fantastic. When I was a kid, I used to love to make forts out of whatever was available: cardboard boxes, hay, bales of hay, snow forts, that kind of stuff. It definitely triggers that survivalist in me. The whole concept. Obviously, I have attachments though. You cannot. I mean, unless you have well, that's a question. So I don't think you're in a committed relationship because that person would probably be there with you. But if you were, or are you? How does this affect relationships? The ability to have a sustainable relationship, if you want that in your life.
I've been single for 4 years, man.
All right, so great. I mean, more power to you. I think it's a great way of life. So you're single, it makes it easier, right? But I'm sure couples come sometimes, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. And there's actually where I'm at, the Earthship castle complex, there's been about 300 weddings here performed here.
So someone would want to get married out there, but it's not necessarily people. That's also people like touristy. They just, I want to get married on an Earthship, kind of like I want to get married at, over in, Howard Beach or whatever. So it's just a destination wedding, so to speak. But I get it.
JT33 says you got to find a woman that likes living in trash.
Yeah,
well,
he loves you, man. You guys.
I don't know about you, but I didn't see much trash when I just.
It's recycled well. It's hidden well.
Didn't see much trash in the castle.
No, it didn't look
mansion.
Didn't look like a bunch of garbage piled up. All right, but the other, but really, what about your family? Because I know, I don't want to. But I've had conversations with you. I follow you on your social media, so I know you got at least a mom, but aunts, uncles, brothers, sisters, I don't know, dad. I don't want to trigger any sadness in you by asking these questions. But what about your immediate family? That this is what I'm choosing to do with my life. Is it a struggle or is it something they support you with?
I mean, they get worried. They don't understand too much what it is. My mom and my cousins dropped me off here one time, and the comment section, there was a comment said earlier, it sounds a little culty or something like that. Yeah. Well, you got to choose your cults wisely.
Yes, absolutely.
And like my cousin, she goes, she's like, Dan, is this like some sort of cult that we're dropping you off at? And it's. So I'm having my cousins. I want them to come visit me as well. So It's like, I asked my dad just to see if he wanted to come here, but he said we don't get along at home. So how are we going to get along out in the middle of the desert?
It's honest. That's fair. That's good. That's a funny guy. All right. So fair enough. Yeah.
My mom said that she would like to take a little vacation and work remotely. That's what my friend is coming here to do. He's flying here in about 2 weeks, and he's going to be working remotely here. And I'm going to show him the ropes. I'm going to give him an Earthship tour, all the different Earthships I worked on, whether it be people's homes, classrooms for the future Earthship people, the Earthship Academy people, the Airbnb, and people's homes that live here, the friends that I've made along the way. And we're gonna go gold mining, crystal mining, gem mining. We found a place.
There's gold in them hills. Nice.
There's gold in them hills. It's a goddamn gold mine. But so yeah, let's see here.
So families in dealing with it and like they would, but it's interesting they bring up anything that seems self-sufficient and off the grid is immediately a cult. And
isn't that fucking weird?
Well,
isn't that's fucking insane to me? Like,
Well, I was in a 12-step group where we weigh and measure our food, and you have a sponsor and there's a sobriety definition, and a lot of people they call that a food cult, and yeah, it is because it benefits me, but there's other things that have been called a cult. I mean, there's so many like there's this off the grid, there's this aggressive Christianity ministry in New Mexico, ironically. But they got arrested for a bunch of stuff and, abusing children and stuff because they, believed in spanking. And they got on the Dr. Phil show because they punished some kid because they locked him into some shed in New Mexico, which really was just like go to your room. But they only fed them peanut butter sandwiches for like a week or something like that. And it was child abuse, and they got on Dr. Phil. And these people ended up in jail, and they're a cult. And there's a huge list of cults. When you look at the list of cults, but you guys don't make the Earthships, this organization, since they're partnered with like universities, and they're applying for permits, and it's not like you're antisocial and secretive. It's come on and look what we're doing, right?
Yeah, you saw all those. What was it? CBS. You played all that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
By the way, we really should have communicated better with the timing, with the time thing. I apologize to you.
It's
again
normal. It's okay. I deal with it all the time. Everybody wants to come on.
I really wish I would have been there in the beginning, but whatever. It
probably worked out. It worked out better for me because truthfully, if we had been able to communicate prior to, I would have asked you to wait until I was done doing all that. Anyway, and I would have interested. So it actually worked out great. And then I got to do a great bit with your frozen face on the screen, and I was doing your voice, and I was just having a ball. So, and then you showed up just in the nick of time. So yeah, man, divine appointment. I'm cool with it.
All right. Yeah, Ben. So I have I linked my here. I'll link it again here. This is hopefully it works. The link I just sent is for my Telegram, the Flat Earthship Crew. There's a lot of it's one of the best Telegram groups on Telegram, and that there's a shit ton of people in there that I trust and that I really respect and appreciate, and they are going to help me build my own Earthship Library Comedy Club.
It's fantastic. So you're gonna start the first what'd you call it? Earthship Flat Earth Comedy Club, or did I got it backwards?
Earthship Library Comedy Club.
Library Comedy Club. So like an Earthship Borders.
No. Borders doesn't have live music, live artists.
The Borders Bookstore.
Yeah, but Borders doesn't have.
That's my first paid stand-up gig was at a Borders Bookstore.
Oh, never mind then.
It's a long time ago. Yeah, they don't even exist anymore. But yeah, it just sounds great, man. It sounds like a lot of fun. I like going through New Mexico when I travel, and I definitely. So I could just stop by and just hang out there for a little while and visit.
Yeah, dude, I'd give you a tour. I'd show you everything. And you wouldn't have to pay anything. That's the thing. Like a lot of people hoard their wisdom and knowledge, and then they demand you pay them for it.
Yeah, I don't. I have a kingdom economy, so I don't do that. But yeah, I hear you. But I would pay. Yeah. Obviously, you can donate, right?
Yeah, of course. Go to my Patreon and give me $1 per month.
Yeah, right.
Comedians Without Borders. That's a nice little name there. Whoever.
But she's good.
I'm also going into business back in Buffalo, New York, with two of my best friends, and the money that I'm going to make from that venture, it's going to be cafe, bakery, and actually we're going to start with a food truck. We're going to take the money that we make from the food truck to then build our brick and mortar restaurant, and then the money that I make from the brick and mortar restaurant, I'm going to take and I'm going to build my Earthship Library Comedy Club.
Now, are you going to do that there in New Mexico, or are you going to do that in a different state?
No, I'm going to do it in Buffalo, New York.
Oh, you're going to do it all up in Buffalo, even the Earthship?
That's
what I'm asking. I'm asking where that's going to be. The Earthship.
Yeah, I think
Library.
See, I'm gonna be building them all over, like Mike Reynolds does. Cool, he's got them built in every single continent except what continent? Antarctica.
Can't violate the treaty.
Yeah, Earthships are allowed in every continent except Antarctica.
Except Antarctica, of course. How hilarious is that? Are there any in Greenland?
Yeah, like I said, virtually every country on every continent.
Well, I just saw something where somebody was using the Google Earth thing, and they're zooming in on Greenland under the cloud cover because it's covered by clouds on Google Earth for some reason, or ice, and all the all the land masses around it, like ice and what is it, Ireland and Scotland, they're not covered with ice, and they zoomed in and said he thinks that's where they're filming the Mars stuff, but
yeah, they're in Canada too.
Yeah, up in the Yucatan. Who cares? So
find me on Instagram. What is it? You got my link tree, right?
Yeah, I just put it in the.
My link tree. You can find every single place where I'm at. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Telegram, Discord. Even though I got kicked out of my own group that I started, so now somebody else manages my own group on Discord.
That is hilarious. I could see that happening in this place. Yeah, this community.
He runs it better than I did. So whatever.
That's nice. Well, you still a member?
Yeah, I rejoined in a different phone number. It's fucking insanity. But I'll answer any questions. I'm in my Telegram every fucking day, and I that's the whole point of the Flat Earthship crew, and because we help each other, we support each other there. We share information there. We try to make our lives a little bit easier by being a little bit kinder and being of service to one another. I think that's important. So 21 watching and 21 likes. Woo! 100% success rate there.
We have 41 views so far. Let me ask you a question. Were you always like this, Dan?
What do you mean?
Just hang out, chill. You're such a chill guy. Are you this chill, or is this just kind of a facade?
I'm probably way more chill in real life than I am online. I you get into rants and I turn into a different character. Hold on, let me ask my buddy downstairs real quick.
Oh, if you're chill?
Yeah.
Well, I have an interview here because you just went to the Flattoberfest. Yeah. So you were interviewed by some people. That looked it didn't look well attended, but then you corrected me.
Yeah, there was like fucking close to 500 people there.
That's not bad.
My buddy here is way more chill than I am, even though he thinks he's a.
Is he still in the same place where he was when you were showing us the tour? He's sitting in the same spot.
Yeah, he's chill. He's watching my dog, so I don't have to fucking deal with that. But am I chill in real life, or am I?
No, I want to know if you were always like this. Like when if I were to look at a photo of you when you were 8 years old, would you be wearing a cap and you have a little facial hair and just this chill guy hanging out, smoking a doobie in the back of the classroom? I'm just saying.
No, I had a fucking part in my hair, dude. I was a fucking
on the side.
What was it like? Saved by the Bell fucking part.
Wow.
Fucking
imagine.
Zach.
Hey, you intrigue me, Dan. You intrigue me. So what would you have been like to go to grammar school with? I guess you'd be. It's okay.
I don't know, man. I consider myself to be a pretty. Actually, there's a Terrence McKenna. He goes, I don't know what cool is, but I'm very. What is it? He's against. I don't know, dude. I don't fucking know.
It's okay. Kat just thinks you're cute. Is that enough? Kat, I am holistic detective and spellbreaker. In the chat, she says Dan is cute.
Hey, Kat, get a hold of me.
All right. So, how far are you from a city?
How what?
How far are you guys from?
I'm about 15, 20 minutes away from the main city.
So you have access to Walmart, to movie theaters, to delis, or pizza, bagels, all that. It's not like it would be a tragedy to. You could leave there, go to a.
Uh-oh. Wow, you say bagels?
Oh, yeah, there we go. So they're not homemade, right? JT's probably like, did they throw them out? but you're buying your food at supermarkets essentially. You're not growing your own food. That's
I mean, that is a component that is lacking with the Earthships. Is there's, in my opinion, they should hire a lot more gardeners and to grow the food in the greenhouses like that. That is supposedly what the Earthships are meant to do, but it depends on the person. If the person is a green thumb and they do enjoy gardening, well, then they're going to have bananas, pineapples, tomatoes, peppers, and whatever vegetables and fruits that they can grow out here. But there's not many people that actually do that. I've noticed.
Yeah, it doesn't
there are
seem
people, but then there's people that they make what is it, like Ben? He changed his front yard to a fucking little mini greenhouse, underground greenhouse that he had, and so I mean, yeah, it depends on the person. Me personally, I'm gonna be growing a shit ton of food in my fucking greenhouse, because I have my own garden at my home in Buffalo.
Pictures of that in Buffalo on Instagram. It's pretty cool. It looks great. But now, but if you're in this environment, you're living in Buffalo. I'm living on Long Island. And it's like 2 hours goes by and it's time for more food, but when you're living off the grid, it would seem to me that you basically maybe you have a little crisp of bread for breakfast. I don't even think you have to eat. I don't think we have to eat every day to live. Obviously, I've fasted for many days, but wouldn't a pure off the grid environmental friendly project like this at its core want to be sustainable in every way, including food? That's what the model was in the beginning, but it just seems to me that that's not really doable because we're so programmed to have too many meals. That's what I'm kind of getting at.
I always when I come out here, I consciously and intently eat less.
Yeah.
I always eat less, and I always take care of my body better out here, even though I've injured myself quite a few times being out here. But that's just playing. I was playing basketball. I just injured my fucking self. But that's my own fault. But no, I definitely eat less, and I'm more conscious of how much I intake. I mean, for fuck's sake, that's all I had today was tea and coffee, and it's right. So I mean, I want to lose weight when I come out here. I don't come out here to gorge like some fucking tourist or something like that. Although I did tell my friend to send me his grocery list before he gets here.
Because
I'm gonna go
make him comfortable. Yeah,
exactly. So I'm gonna do the best I can to make him comfortable, get all his needs met. He's a buddy. My brother. I would I would love to see if he would have liked to come out here and live out here.
Older brother or younger brother? Older brother. Okay.
And I would, but I don't know, like that's kind of hard to do now. but like my mom and my cousins, I'm excited to see because I've never lived with I've only lived with like strangers or people a part of the academy. Or I've never had like my family members live with me, so that will be or someone from my home state come and visit me. So this is the first time that in 5 years since 2018, since I've been out here, that someone's gonna come out here and visit me and see. Because I guess it's a whole new it's a whole new world, and
I just want to say.
It's a fucking different way. People are scared. They don't like the people in the chat room talking about being a fucking cult and shit. That's just their own insecurities and projections about being scared about trying something new that they've never done before and they never experienced before. And they've never been out in the middle of the fucking New Mexican desert in the wintertime and lived in a fucking Earthship. Yeah, it's kind of culty, huh? Well, it's just, I guess you're a little scared and inexperienced and insecure.
Well, I think, you know, people you throw that word around, like they throw the word, you know, pedo around for anybody that has sex with someone under 18 as a pedophile. It's just inaccurate. You know, it's just a predator or whatever.
Yeah, minor attractive persons.
Minor
like
attractive persons. Yeah, exactly. But now, you know, if you're a cult, there's a component of brainwashing. And this is something that these people aren't out there recruiting you to come to their Earthship because they don't need you. The management of this place does not need membership to sustain itself. It's got 3 people living there for the entire time that it exists, you know, till the end of the world. I 3 families or whatever. I don't think it's about growing a movement. Is it? I mean, I don't even think that can happen. You guys.
Mike Reynolds isn't building these things for people anymore. He's building them for the Earth. He considers humans to be a virus. And so when all the humans destroy everything, and scorch and scar the lands that sustains them, what will be left is all these Earthships. And the Earthships do have life in them. So then the life will automatically take over, and they don't need to be sustained by humans. The Earth will then replenish itself. It's a bit of a hey, get out of there. Get out of there. Hey, come here.
Well, JT, it's interesting. He says, it sounds like doomsday cult programming. Yeah, I mean, if you want to call it that. Anita, the link tree. We gave you the link tree. In the link tree, here, I'm sending you a link for the link tree for Dan right there. And you can get all his links there. You can find everything about Dan there. His Instagram, his Telegram. Yeah, go to his
If you're not fucking brainwashing yourself, if you're not hypnotizing yourself, if you're not programming yourself, somebody else is.
Well, that's just what I was gonna say. I mean, I'm stuck in living in this shitty little apartment in Island Park, New York, because I'm a married guy and my wife has a unhealthy, in my opinion, attachment to her immediate family, and so I gotta serve her as a servant husband. It doesn't mean I can't leave and go out and come, hang out there and come back. I could do that, but I can't just force her to go live off the grid. But living here, I mean, we're brainwashed here too. I mean, to stay in this society and start putting up with all this, unnatural, with all these unnatural behaviors that are being pushed on our kids, and you know what I'm talking about. I mean, one of the first questions I wanted to ask you, kind of as a joke, is what do you think about the androgyne agenda, and can you be, do you have to acknowledge gender pronouns in these Earthships?
Some people do.
I wouldn't do it.
Some people want their. No, I haven't met them, or they, or zer, or them. But yeah, of course, some people want to be. Like I said, I haven't met them, but I know that they're out there, and whatever. I don't fucking care, dude. Say you want to be called a fucking zebra or fucking. I don't care.
Dragon lady or baby man.
I'm just not gonna like. I'll leave you alone. If you're that insecure, Demi Lovato, and you change your pronouns every 10 minutes. What about people that change their pronouns every 10 minutes? Is that all right?
I don't
Could you do that?
No.
Because you have to respect me. So if I'm changing my pronouns every 10 minutes, and if you don't respect me changing my pronouns every 10 minutes, then you're a fucking bigot. You see how that works?
Yeah. I feel like you're yelling at me.
That's a bit odd, isn't it?
I feel like I'm getting yelled
because
at.
if they did change their pronoun, and then hey,
dog's barking at me.
If they did change their pronoun, see, he wants to be called a different pronoun.
Yeah, he's upset when you're talking about this. I guess the point I'm making, it's not like
pronouns.
It's not a leftist. It's not. There's no government. There's no right and left. There's no Republican. Democrat, libertarians, each individual thing, but you guys don't sit around talking about. I can't imagine you're going to live in a community like that.
Me and my buddy talk about pretty much the heaviest fucking shit imaginable.
Yeah.
On a casual basis before we're going to play basketball. So we talk about whatever the fuck we want to talk about.
Jenna, you
and actually we met another guy on the basketball team who's a flat earther as well. And he told me it was really cool just to be able to talk with us He goes, I fucking love Taos, New Mexico. He's like playing basketball, and now I'm talking with you guys at the end of the game, and we're just talking about fucking flat Earth and shit. And he's like, I don't get to do this in my hometown. He just told me that 2 days ago.
Do you ever mention Crater Earth? I don't know. Where do you stand on the Crater Earth thing? I don't think we ever talked after that.
The Crater Earth is the
Flat
same
Earth.
thing
I
as the
know,
level
I
and
know.
stationary plane.
All right.
There's
Well, the reflection of the moon. It's the moon is what makes it different.
Oh, so your moon map?
You can't deny that
enthusiast?
there's something up there that looks a lot like the shit that's down here. I mean, it's just hilarious.
You can't.
You
Yeah,
can't deny it.
There is things that look like craters on the moon.
No, not the crater. What's in the crater? You know, the two craters and that Vibes of Cosmos guys. You know, finding China and all these. They go nuts on it. It's fun to watch. But
Yeah, he got kicked out of Flattoberfest because he did a shiesty move.
what did he do? Really? Serious? The Vibes of Cosmos guy? What's his real name? Or is that?
I don't know who the hell the fucking moon map guy was, but there's a specific room where all the people bring all their promotions, their shirts to sell, their maps to sell, their theories to sell, and everyone was in that room. The moon map guy was the only person to go into the main room where all the main attendance is and to set up his stand there without permission, by the way. And so yeah, he got.
Did he
kicked
just
out.
make a mistake, or he did it on purpose? He was trying.
He didn't ask.
He didn't ask.
He took it upon himself to just set up his stuff in the main room, and he was the only person to do that.
And this was
big mistake.
The Vibes of Cosmos guy.
I don't know.
Oh, was it? But it was a moon map guy.
I can find out by asking Karen.
It was a moon
B
map guy.
in
He wanted
fucking
to
2
promote
seconds.
the reflection discovery. The what's up?
Yeah, there's no problem if he would have asked, but he didn't ask permission.
It's unfortunate.
He just took it upon himself. That'd be like me just moving in here to the castle without paying rent.
Yeah, I guess it's fair enough. No, you should definitely respect the organizers
Exactly.
of these things. Yes.
Is there any other questions that people in the chat room have for me?
Do you have the chat up? Because I could. I mean,
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
did he
you're
ask
asking
forgiveness afterwards? No, I don't think so.
Yeah,
I hope everyone. I mean, shit. Got about 20 people watching. I hope people join my Telegram group and are interested in this type of shit. And I hope people get in contact with me and ask me, hey, do you know if there's any Earthships in? Hey, get out of there! Get! Come here! Get over here! God, man, he is fucking nuts. He's like me. I hope people, hey, any city you're in, just send me what city you're in, and I'll show you I'll send you every single Earthship link that I can find in your area. I don't know why people are so fucking lazy. I don't know how to go to Google, type in my city, type in Earthship, and then find all the fucking links. They just really are opposed to doing that, or fucking lazy. But it's like so weird, dude. For so many years, like they put it off. That's all you got to do is fucking go to the search engine, type in your city, your state, and Earthship, and you'll find all of the links, all of the builds, and it's the thing is, it's not always tied to the Earthship. It's just people taking the Earthship's principles and then just building whatever the fuck they want to build themselves. Yeah, that's the fucking castle right there.
Is that you playing the piano? You play the
Oh
piano?
no, that's my buddy. That was Gabe.
Okay.
He's actually he's a classically trained pianist. He's going to be coming back here in a week or two.
So is that was actually at an Earthship, huh? That's cool.
Yeah, he used to be I think he used to be a den dad.
Oh, so he's got some experience. Cool.
Yeah.
Is the long hair a requirement?
What's up?
I'm follically challenged. It seems like the long hair is a requirement.
Long hair is not a requirement.
Okay, thank you. What else we got here? See, look at Dan working it. Oh, that was just I was a little disappointed. I thought I was getting a whole video there. So you're eating healthy stuff, but she's getting it at the supermarket. So you don't have to worry about injury and stuff like that. You guys can get to a hospital pretty quick and things like that. It's like not like...
Yeah, but if you sign up for the Earthship Academy, you do have to sign a death waiver.
Oh, really? Well, that makes sense. It's kind of like we're not responsible if anything happens.
Well, yeah. If you die on the site, yeah.
Well, that would be what
that was kind of weird. I was like, "Fuck, dude, I gotta sign a death waiver."
Well, did they bury you there too? Can you get buried there, or you're not allowed to bury people on your own property in this way?
I don't care. I just hope to be thrown in the fucking earth, not cremated or anything. I don't know. I'll have to design that myself. I gotta figure that out. I don't want to have my family spending $10,000 on fucking government shit, trying to get free fucking hands on my death shit. Like they did with my brother.
Oh, your brother passed away? I'm sorry, bro. Did not know that.
That's a different story.
All right. I don't bring the room down.
No, I don't care. It's just
moment of silence for Dan's brother.
Not the topic.
Do you get an Earthship or build one? Do you get an Earthship or build? Oh, that's interesting. Do you get? What do you do if you want to do this? I guess you would stay in an Earthship while you built your own, right? Is that kind of like how that works?
Yeah. You actually they put you in different Earthships to see how it evolved throughout the years, because it used to be a lot shoddier, a lot shittier systems. So it's gotten better throughout the years. The plumbing, the maintenance, the how it's cools and heats itself. The models have evolved. There's newer models that get pretty much created and invented yearly. What's the newest model called?
What?
Unity or?
Unity, and now he's working on the Refuge.
So yeah, the newest Earthship models are called Unity and Refuge.
Hmm. So do they have access to materials? Like you guys, do you guys?
Junkyards.
Well, I mean, do you guys you get more than you need for future projects or for storage, for repairs, things like that, or is it's managed? It's well managed. It's not always recyclable stuff. I mean, you guys could go to Home Depot.
You can just
get
buy
a door.
everything you need off the shelves of regular stores. Basically,
if you could afford it, basically. But if you can't afford it, you could. I don't know. I guess it's very diverse. It seems like it's not like you get assimilated into a system of government and design. It seems like you have some individuality here, where you can, as long as you adhere to the basic principles of what the spirit of this movement is, you can pretty much do whatever you want.
Yeah, exactly.
Fair. So I grasp.
I'm your top security guard, Commander Lou.
No way. What does that say? I can't read. Oh, U.S. Security Associate. Where'd you get that out of? Were you actually working for them, or you just got that out of a?
You'll never know.
I'll never know. No, that's
everyone
all right. Fair
here
enough.
thinks
Keep
I'm
it.
top or that. I'm just fucking around.
That's all right. I did a security gig once. I was a security guard at a mall.
I'll be going to. So did I. I've done security before.
Nice.
I'll be going to an open mic here in a few days.
Over there in New Mexico? Cool.
Yeah. On the 13th.
Nice.
Here,
You gotta bring 2 people? Oh, very good. Good for you, man. What is it? Headlining stand-up comedian following the open mic, Ricky Ramos. Oh, so you're going to be opening for Ricky Ramos with a bunch of other guys. Cool.
No, I'm not opening. I don't do stand-up comedy.
Oh, you're not? You're just going to watch?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, unless
so
I get a burst of courage and bravery.
Yeah, I know.
And I might buy a sword, and I'll talk about open sword carry permits.
Well, it's more like a it's more like a verbal essayist. You're gonna do a stand-up essaying.
No, it's hard to be funny, dude, on stage without offending people and worrying about being killed by gang members.
Yeah, especially if you want to speak truth. Yeah, I tried to do it again after a few years. It was about 7 years ago, 8 years ago. I went. I took a little workshop over in Belmore, and it was fun. And I got 2 minutes out of it, and I went and I did it. Friends and family showcase, that kind of thing, and I was good at it. So it was achieved what I set out to do, but to want to live that life, to me, it was just hanging out in the bars, hoping you get discovered, and and you got to be dirty. I mean, I'm sorry, they wanted, you know, I mean, you don't have to be dirty, but if you want to get any kind of time, everybody wants that. But I don't know, it's not for me. I prefer to do this. I like doing this and improvising, so it's fine. Works out great. But that doesn't work good at an open mic. You can't just go up there and start talking about stuff. I don't know. People want to they want you to make them laugh, and they can be really militant. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're gonna start just bitching about stand-up comedy. Let's see. We come from the land of ice and snow. I like the Earthship idea, but if you're looking for being a ship isolated from Earth, you're going to need to get growing food or raising livestock. Well, we did talk about that.
Absolutely.
It's a good point.
Chickens and goats, yeah.
Or just accept that you only need to eat one bean every 6 months and lap some water from time to time out of a puddle.
Yeah, I know of the rammed earth homes, Kat.
What's a rammed earth home?
Rammed earth? It's in the name.
Oh, it's in the earth? I have no idea.
Rammed earth. What do you think rammed earth?
I don't know. I'm hearing sexual connotations, so I'm just hearing rammed.
Oh.
Packed earth. Whole Pete's was actually okay. Packed earth.
Yeah.
Rammed earth homes. Was that like a Hobbit?
The tire itself is like a rammed earth brick. Like you fill the tire with 250 pounds, 300 pounds of earth, and then you have to ram it into the tire, and it creates a tire brick. So
so it's just essentially a brick making process. I got you.
Big.
Rammed earth, what she's talking about, is something different. Like
it's a whole Earthship inspired thing, right?
It's basically like taking a concrete form, and instead of pouring concrete, you're putting in adobe with a 5% Portland mixture and then tamping it down.
Okay, so yeah, she's talking about the what was the that Adobe brick making machine that John Garland made? What was it fucking called? Hyper Adobe machine. It's so basic. It's like a cart from Home Depot and some mesh, and you're putting earth into it, and then it spits out a fucking log of earth, and then you tamp it down, and it creates a flat level place where you can build upon. So that would be a rammed earth design.
There's a lot of different descriptions on the internet. I couldn't possibly read them all. One of them is like if you're like building a sandcastle without the bucket. I don't know if that even makes sense.
Sandcastles in the sky.
Dan, I don't have any more questions for you. Someone like you, college. Why not college? Why not a job? You're living this. I think you're living a fairy tale life, but where do you go from? You grew up in Buffalo. You grew up in a regular community. You go, you're ready to hit school. You're a young guy. I mean, you could be getting a law degree right now, but instead, you're in the middle of New Mexico.
Yeah, some people at a bar at the place that I want to go see the stand-up comedy at, the burger stand. They were asking me. They're like, "What's your story? Wait, so you're telling me that you were just in Buffalo, New York, you were on the internet, you found the Earthship, and then now you're here and you're just here?" And they're in disbelief, and I didn't understand that. I'm like, yeah. I used the internet.
Yeah, the internet
to find the Earthship headquarters, to take the Earthship Academy, so then I can learn more about how to build my own. That's pretty simple. Yeah. You go to the headquarters. Hey, you go to the headquarters to learn. This is the headquarters. And also, this is where Michael Reynolds is most frequently at. Matter of fact, tomorrow, February 10th to February 13th, he's holding a question and answer seminar from the 10th to the 13th, and hopefully I'll be able to go to that.
So he comes in. You actually meet this guy, the founder. He's not like Elon Musk, where he's surrounded by guards and everything.
He's always busy. He's always going from place to place, doing his own thing. He goes and builds, gives guidance to the people building. And I mean, dude, the motherfucker has he has cancer and he's 75 years old.
Oh, no shit. I didn't realize.
He's built thousands. He's started and built probably over 1,000 fucking Earthships at this point. I would easily say hundreds and hundreds easily.
That's
but
fantastic. That's a passion.
So yeah, I've talked to him the most since I've been here. This time,
you know what? My
I was
takeaway.
working on.
This can't hurt anything. Doing this, a guy like that seems like a nice guy. You're just gonna tell me you're talking to him, hanging out.
Yeah, I mean, I was building on the Unity, the newer, which I didn't really like the design of it. But I was building on it for free, just basically being a volunteer and shadowing the crew there. And yeah, he just so happened to come by pretty much every day I was there. So, and I asked him if he needs an extra worker for his castle here, but that didn't come to fruition.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
I don't fucking care.
Well, I know, but still.
But yeah, no, it's like, yeah, people probably do pay a shit ton of money to talk with him, don't they? Yeah,
he probably gets a lot of money for conferences and things like that.
$200 for a half hour or an hour.
Nice.
That's mainly for architectural consultations.
I'm averaging about 0.08 cents per 3 hours here on YouTube.
Hey, get.
What's the dog's name before I let you go, Dan?
Beaner.
Bean, you told me that. All right, Bean. Dan, you know, I reached out to you months ago because, you know, I like having folks on like you because it encourages me, you know, and you know, I'm proud of you. I don't know what to say. I'm proud of you. I know, you know, you're at odds with some people that I love dearly, and that's fine. I don't take sides. You know, I just protect my own faith, my own thinking, and I come here and do what I do. You know, I don't have any attachments, but you know, when I meet guys like you and young men trying to resisting the pull into this friggin' solar system of conformity, it encourages me, and I'm just happy to hear it. And you want to share it, and you're so open and transparent, I really appreciate that, man. Bravo.
Thanks, Pop.
I'll take it.
I'm happy. I didn't even know that you got a hold of me via Skype like months ago, and I just responded back to you.
That's fine.
I didn't have my Skype open. I haven't checked it for. See, I used to be in my Skype group, but then I switched over to Telegram because Telegram is like Skype on steroids.
Yeah. I'm too old for that shit. I'm done with that.
Dude, start a fucking Crater Earth Telegram channel.
But Marcel has it. It's already there. He has it. He posts stuff on there.
Marcel, post the link to the Crater Earth Telegram channel so I can join it, please. Thank you.
I think, I asked him that earlier, but yeah, he should do that.
Yeah, Marcel, make sure you post that in the chat room right now because I'm going to join it immediately.
Marcel, where the hell are you?
I'll share my link one last time here. Make sure you click the link tree and subscribe to my YouTube channel, my Instagram, Twitter, and join my fucking Telegram channel because it's the best fucking Telegram channel on Telegram.
Join the fucking Telegram channel. Motherfuckers.
But yeah, dude, thanks, Commander Lou.
No, thank you.
Top Lieutenant Security Officer Dan is out of here. But thank you, dude. I really appreciate this, and I enjoy talking with you. I think our cadence is getting better.
Oh, man, this is amazing. Yeah. Did I do better not stepping on you all the time? That was hilarious. I had so much fun.
It was. I mean, it makes for a good show, you know?
Yeah, you're good. Thanks, Dan. Good
sport. All right, dude.
All right.
Thanks, Marcel. I'll be joining that. And see you later, everybody. Check out all my stuff. And I'll see you soon. You know, I always, whenever I see you live, you're actually one of the few people that I go check out when they're live.
It's always a pleasure when I see you in there. It's a compliment, truly. Thank you, Dan.
Look at this little guy fucking digging a hole. Don't you dig a hole?
Don't you dig a hole? Don't you dig a hole? Go.
Yeah.
All
right. See you later, everybody.
Peace,
dude.
Bye. Ladies and gentlemen, Dan Falkenbach. Oh, did the Dolphins. I was looking for the applause. He's a nice guy. GT, you are friggin' hilarious. Hi, Anita. Nice to meet you. Thank you. Wow, look at these compliments I'm getting from Anita Evangel. Evangel? I will be getting hold of Dan and his crew. Peace to all. Let's love. Oh, that's very nice. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Eric. Coach Eric, I was nervous about the interview. I get nervous doing this stuff, you know? I never did this before in my entire life. I interview people. Eric's like, you're going to do good. You've come a long way. I'm like, thanks, Coach. Kat, I am. Good to see you. I didn't see, who else was here? I didn't see. Hey, Pamela. What's up, baby?
Well, anyone seeing
Jenny,
you in that
making
house with
pizza?
money
It's pizza
penny
week?
will
I did not.
certainly
Hey,
be
Mila.
discouraged from leaving the country.
Nanu.
I didn't know it's National Pizza Week. Is today Pizza Day? National Pizza. JT33. Driving Dan crazy. JT is hilarious. But seriously, this is this guy on Twitter. It's just, I mean, he is pissed off about beady-eyed something. Mad at, I mean, is Tim Osmond still even broadcasting? I didn't even know. I don't even know if he still does live streams, still does his thing. Tomorrow we got JT calling in. Right, JT, you still calling in tomorrow night? We're going to do the Earthship rebuttal from JT33. Nah, I think this is harmless. This Earthship thing. It's just harmless. Cool, man. Yeah, it's harmless. I would go visit one. I mean, it's nice to know that you can go visit, you know, if you want to go see what it's like for a little while. I mean, really, if you're thinking about living, you know, getting a piece of land, even if you know, like my dream, like Uten has a dream, I have a dream, is to have one of those small houses. I mean, hell, I truly would be able to live in a tent if I had a little piece of land, you know. It wouldn't bother me one bit. Oh, snow and ice, you know. Obviously, there might be a time where I might have to go stay in a hotel if there's a blizzard, but you know, I mean, I have training with all this stuff, so it doesn't scare me. I know how to do it. I did scouting with my son for many years, and you learn a lot. You know, we definitely did high adventure scouting, so learned a lot of survival skills. I've camped in 16-degree weather. We went below zero at night and stuff, and you know, no fires. It's fun stuff, man. Mobile home would be nice, right, Jenny? I don't mind that. But yes, I mean, everybody has it. But if you want to experience it, you go out there. And if you know somebody, isn't that great that you know somebody out there? It'd be funny if Dan and JT became the closest friends ever. I like the way Dan just takes everything with a grain of salt, doesn't he, though? He's really calm. JT, you like that, too. So what'd you think of my questions? I actually typed out some questions. Trying to be a good interviewer. JT. Relentless. 19-foot Airstream. I don't know if Becky's still out there. Rocco sent this to me. I'm not going to show it. He's not here. I'll show it when he shows up. Let's see what I got here. This was for you, Becky, if you're still around. Studies show that watching a beaver eat cabbage lowers stress by 17 minutes. And then this cabbage does get turned into very important vanilla extract ingredient. Everybody feel better? Did that lower anybody's stress? That's one hungry beaver, Marcel. Why not?
That's what she said.
You still stressed, Terry? So seriously, Jenna, you making homemade pizza? I'm jealous. I didn't have pizza last night. Usually Wednesday night is pizza night. Kat, aren't you in England? Is that you? Love seeing new faces in the chat. You're a beaver eater? Stop it.
That's what she said.
Pizza Hut. No, not bad. Not bad. Can't get a good... Actually, there is a pizzeria on Lawson Boulevard in Oceanside, New York. It is the dirtiest, filthiest little hole, hole in the wall. Forgotten by society. It's a little pizzeria. It's got the oldest oven you would ever want to see. The oldest guy making pizzas. There are 2 Italian guys in there. That's all that works there. They just throw a bunch of chicken rolls up on, they got Sicilian and regular. That's it. Sicilian and regular. If you don't like it, get out. And you get 2 slices and a soft drink for $6. And that slice is delicious. Yeah, screw them. It's Wendy's. We're not going to Domino's. What's wrong with you? What are you, fast food Nazi, Jenna? No, they are dead inside. That's how I felt about Uber drivers that drove around in Queens. Just look at these guys. Got no life behind their eyes. No life behind their eyes. Hey, Terry, if you're ever back in New York, just come on down. I'll take you there. You can go grab a real slice of pizza like the old days. Before these guys die. You gotta get here quick. So anyway, so that was my show. To Dan on. So you like the way I improvised him being here? That was fun. I could have did that the whole time. I could have asked all of the whole 20 questions. To Dan's face on the Skype. See, Ice and Snow. See, that's not bad. The Skype is pretty good, right? It sounds good. The video looks good. That's why I like using it. To me, it's customizable because it's an NDI. It's NDI technology. I have no idea what that means. How far am I from LaGuardia? I'll come get you. Were you gonna sneak up here, hang out with me and Chris? We got room. You could right behind the green screen. We could blow up an air mattress for you. Hang out. It's like a half an hour. I'm not sure what he listens to. You'd have to ask him himself. I'm pretty sure he probably does. He probably listens to everything. The guy he's Renaissance man. You know what I mean? I used to call him Renaissance man. I was looking at the YouTube feed here. It's got monkeys react to magic because I played that beaver video. Now I got monkeys reacting to magic, raccoons fitting anywhere, celebrities impersonating other celebrities. This is what a baby beaver sounds like. It's just, man, the amount of content that is out there. In my area, the Greeks, no, they don't. You just think they do because you haven't had it. Well, they probably make, okay, I see. They make the best pizza. And nothing wrong with a Greek pizzeria. And I worked for 2 guys in my pizzeria career. Thank you, Oki. Thank you, Marcel, for posting the links. Eric, for being here. Tomorrow night, JT calling in. Eric's going to be here from the Ancient of Days. Always a great time Friday night, guys. Really serious. If you could be here, be here. We have a good time live. Good time live. And then we have the Zoom meeting. And if you can't, come to the Zoom meeting. I'm telling you, it's a lot. I really like meeting you guys. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. We do the Zoom meeting right after. And then Sunday church. I'm not sure if we're going to keep doing the Adam and Eve thing. I'm not sure. I'm waiting on a prompting from my Synod of Angels or the Holy Spirit. Where to go with this. I'm feeling Job. I'm feeling like it's time to do Job. Because I think it's important to equip some disciples. Not for me, not discipling me. Not discipling any mainstream religion. Disciples to become people that are independent, sovereign, thinkers. People are starting to see, not waking up. Forget that. They took that. They took it. Woke. They took it. People that know, just have that inner knowing. And they're going to be coming out of these situations they're in. They're going to be coming out of their families. They're going to be coming out of their churches, their temples, their mosques, their jobs, their educational system, whatever they choose to do, whatever. And they're going to start trying to live a sovereign life in the middle of this New World Order. And they're going to need folks like you to minister to them. Folks that can translate all these different words that they have taught us with this stupid, idiotic, spellcasting, nautical-based monkey language. So you could have 20 people saying the same thing and describing it using a completely different narrative. And that's why it's so important, because you guys will be the experts. Because this is ground floor, this Cosa Nostra's thing about us. This is ground floor. And you're on the ground floor. The gospel is something that it's just, it's good news. It's creator-based, eternal-minded belief system that's not chosen, it's imparted. But when it's imparted, so you got a lot of people out there giving their lives to religious belief systems, but they're doing it because they want to do it. It's a choice. But when you make a choice where there is no choice, because you just been beaten, battered, and it's just relentless installation and reminders that you have this knowledge, this truth, what they call the word in you, and you just can't hold it down. You start asking questions, they're going to kick you out. Or you're going to get tired of trying to convince. And you're either going to become reclusive and isolated and ultimately, drink yourself to death or drug yourself to death or kill yourself on purpose. Or you could just dive into the system and just be miserable your whole life trying to get by. But here we can offer you solace, peace, levity, and guidance, because it's not like this is the only place to go to get the marching orders. You're going to get that from God yourself. But I just consider if you are being called to discipleship. And that means discipleship means you do not adhere to any rule. I mean, you follow the rules of law in the land, but you do not operate under them. You exist in spite of them. You don't go out of your way to break the rules. But if there's a law that you feel it does not that it's keeping you from experiencing your sovereignty, you may be being called to disciple, to stand up and speak out against it. If things like that are going to happen, you might have to, be the one that leaves your job in the next time when they roll out Sears. And start this mandatory shit. You may have to be that person to stand up and say, no, I won't. Well, it's not. Okay, well, actually, it's interesting how most of this stuff was never laws. Were never laws. They were never became laws. I forget what they called it. It was executive orders and what did they call it again when they were rolling out all these rules? And we're talking about this again yesterday at the Zoom meeting. It's probably not going to be anybody in your immediate family. Because what do disciples do? Disciples disciple, and they make disciples. So I'm coming to the end of my discipleship. I'm retired in ministry. I have no requirement for my seal. I am done. This is all just because I'm just being obedient. What I do here, there's no urgency for me. This is just me doing what I do. God calling me to do this. I got a guitar over there I never pick up. My lovely wife bought me a ukulele. I don't pick it up. I watch a lot of shows, but I feel like that helps this, to know their plans. Because I do watch a lot of shows I wouldn't normally watch and I don't want to watch. But it seems like I'm stuck behind this mic talking to both of you people that are listening to this. And I'm just sharing this message, and for some reason, it needs at least, the small contribution I'm making versus I'm not the only guy out there, I'm sure, that's talking about this. And they may be saying it in a different way, in a different language, but I can assure you that while God may not be actively involved in the outcome here, it is still, as hard as it is to understand, His will being brought about in this place, no matter how shitty this is. And there is no one that's just going to switch this off. This is full-blown on its way. Just look at the State of Union address, how calm it was with what's going on. Think about it. Right-wing, religious, Christian, conservative Republicans in that chamber letting that president that is turning this place into the new Babylon, the new Sodom and Gomorrah, just clapping because they're going to do something that the Republicans and Democrats are both for. Maybe booing because they're going to stop, letting as many jobs move overseas. It's the same shit over and over and over and over again. If you think this is going to change, this is a Luciferian androgyne agenda that is underway, well underway, planned, documented. There's no conspiracy here. This is a satanic thing. You are the resistance. But resistance is futile. So we need to avoid. We need to engage and avoid in a very, very careful way. Because if you engage, there's a possibility that you really could get yourself in a lot of trouble. And that pulls you out of service. So engage when prompted. But you need to be a safe place. That's who you are. You need to be a safe place for those who Because early on in someone's journey, when they start to feel the call, you know, there could be a component of wanting to save everyone they know and wanting to share all this wonderful information with people who are close to them. And they almost always will be treated with disrespect and mockery. And in that moment in their lives, there's a choice they're going to make then, whether they are going to just shut up and conform, which I did for many times when I was called. I was called many times to serve. And when I finally gave it all, I still, you know, I was already still married. But I can assure you, if I outlive Christine, that is not something that I cannot put myself in a situation anymore. If I live long enough or live longer than her, that where I have these attachments. And it's not because my soul isn't safe. See, that's why it's very important that you listen to this monkey a little bit. I don't have to do this. I could declare myself a she, he, them, and start wearing a dress. And I will not lose my salvation. I am sealed. I felt a little bit in my spine like, don't you dare. There has to be a place for these people to land when their lives fall apart. And this thing is all choreographed. So when they land, there's got to be someone there. And wherever you are, when it's needed, I hope you know. I hope you know. But the one thing about being prepared for this kind of a lifestyle is that it's not very exciting. It's not an adventure. It's not like you join an MI6, you know. There's a lot of waiting, like cops, you know. It was 90-something% of their job is just waiting. Yeah, I joined the military. I thought I'd be turning fighters on a flight line, you know. It's the jet flew once a month. It was a lot, you know. Sometimes the jet was offline for maybe 6 months, and you just sat around and waited and like kept it clean and worked on other jets, filled in for people, that kind of stuff. You know, there's no. But the battle's going on. The battle's going on. It's powers and principalities happening behind the scenes, above the veil. I don't know where. Whatever. It's happening everywhere. It's invisible. We can't see. Talk about a lot of that tomorrow. And, you know, where you end up based on, you know, you're driving and your tire blows out. You're like, fucking tire, damn shit. I mean, well, you know, if that tire didn't, you know, 20 years from then, you may serve the kingdom in a way that will change your life and receive your seal in this place, which is so much grace to receive your seal while you're still alive here. Let me tell you, it's something else. But all these negative, bad things that have to happen to you and good things. I mean, amazing things happen in our lives. I mean, sometimes you just get that most amazing brownie. How many brownies in your life have been extremely disappointing? Especially if someone, how many times did you have to lie to someone and tell them this brownie is delicious? It's not moist, it's crumbly, it's kind of burnt. But when you have that amazing brownie, you remember that brownie. I can't remember the texture of that brownie in my mouth. I'm sorry, you're right, Higgy. Cookie of color. Cake of color. I don't know, I'm proselytizing. But so really the question was, am I going to talk about Job on a Sunday? But probably. Not talk, read the scriptures together now, you know, with this whole Creator Earth thing. And no Flat Earth Stub Genius. Creator Earth is not the same thing as Flat Earth. But I get it. I get where you come from. You don't want to engage. Oh, that was Flat Earth's subgenus Instagram. I think someone asked for it. I didn't put it in right. I thought I hit send. Sorry. All right, guys. I'll see you tomorrow night. No live stream during the day tomorrow. To make way for our State of the Crater live address Friday night every week with Coach Eric from the Ancient of Days and a regular crew of moderators and members. We'd like to thank you. Thank you very much, Ice and Snow. Thanks for your support. Nothing to split with Dan today in the Super Chat. Like, share, and subscribe. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Thanks. Peace. Bye.